Hey everyone, my name is Alshaw94 and welcome to a second channel update. You may have seen I haven't posted for a little while. That's because I'm just having a little bit of time away just to make sure that I'm on top of things. But what I thought I'd do today is to share with you the new schedule that I'm proposing for some of the videos and some of the series that are going to be available on this channel. Thursdays is a little bit of a question marky one, and I'll explain why in a second, but this is the new schedule for this channel. So on your screens right now is what I'm proposing to put out every day on this channel. So I'll just give a brief synopsis over each of the games that I have on the go at the moment, and I'll leave at the top right, if I get that right, or somewhere along here, a card or something that relates to the first episode of each of these games. So without further ado, let's work our way through this list. Now on Mondays, I've put on there WWE 2K20 One More Run. Now I'll leave at the top right of the screen the Card for Pages run. This is essentially a series that I've put together which is heavily inspired by the series done by Chris Denker, where we take a superstar, we put them into a universe mode for 1 year and we see what happens to them. Do they win any more championships? Do they go on to win the Rumble? What are their goals? Now I'm thinking of doing Kurt Angle for the next episode, but if you have someone in mind that you want to see do a full year run for 1 more year, then hit us up in the comments down below. Moving on to Tuesday, and we have Fightbox Series 2. Now this is a game that was on PS2. As I mentioned before, it was the lost series to BBC, but it's a series that I really wanted to go and do again. We did a series already for the middleweights with Prototype. This new series is a lightweight called Nebula, and this one's a little bit more challenging because we don't get the roundedness of the stats. Instead, we get a really agile warrior with low attack and defense, and that really causes problems so far in the series. But it's a series that I thoroughly enjoy doing, so if you want to hit us up on Tuesdays, I'll leave a card at the top right corner for episode 1 of series 2. Moving on to Wednesdays, and we have Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue on the PS1. Now we played Buzz Lightyear of Star Command on the PS1 and we really enjoyed that game. And actually, I think at the time it was the game that had the most amount of hits that you guys seem to really like. So I thought we'd do Toy Story 2, which is the game that came before Star Command. And you can see there are a lot of differences with those two games with like the character creations and stuff. But nonetheless, it's again a really enjoyable game. We're going to be going back through the older levels now because we now have the majority of all the power-ups, and because we need the medals to get through to the later levels. So Wednesdays, I'll leave a link to Toy Story 2. Now as I mentioned, Thursdays is going to be a little bit weird, potentially. At the time that I'm recording this, we still have 1 episode to go of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is the PS1 version. This is one of my top games of all time that I love playing, love going back to, and we'll be going through the levels that we didn't get a wizard card on, getting those wizard cards, and then moving on to the Founders Duels at the end of the game. There will be another game that will slide into that gap. I haven't decided yet what game I'll be moving on to, but the 2 games that I have in mind at the moment, they're both excellent, so I have I'm fully confident that I think either way you will enjoy, hopefully, the games that I put out on a Thursday. Then we have Friday. Now this is another new series that hasn't actually come to fruition yet on this channel, but it is a GM mode. Yes, we are doing GM modes in 2021. It'll be a SmackDown vs Raw game. I haven't decided yet which SmackDown vs Raw game it will be, but the premise of the series is to basically, SVR can mean SmackDown vs Raw, but it also, in my case, is going to mean simulation versus reality. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the cards from that year. So let's say we were playing 2006 SVR. I would be taking the matches from one of the brands from 2006 to 2007, would pump those into the GM mode to find out if we get similar results to what happened 14 years ago, for example. Or essentially if we can become a successful general manager. So do we get the ratings, do we basically beat the other brand in our ratings? So that's what we're going to be looking at on Friday. Saturday is Wallace and Gromit in Project Zoo. This is another childhood game that I loved playing as a kid but never actually were able to complete it. It's a PS2 game, and we've just been able to save all the elephants. We're now working on the beavers in the mine at the moment, so again, top right corner, leave a little card for Wallace and Gromit in Project Zoo. and then on Sundays we will be playing 40 Winks on the PS1. If ever there was a game that needed a sequel or a remake or a reimagining, it would be 40 Winks. It's essentially a PS1 game where you play as either Rough or Tumble, and you go through your dreams essentially, fighting off against the hoodwinks that stand in the way of saving the 40 Winks in the game. The two main characters for that, you've got Threadbare, which is like the sidekick who always appears in a boss fight, and then you have Nightcap, who is the main antagonist of that game. It's a really fun game. I think I got to the Space Realm when when my dad was playing it years ago. So I don't actually know if that's like one of the later levels or if that's one of the early levels. I don't quite know. We've just got ourselves into the second like hub world, if you like. So again, top right corner, I'll leave a link to episode 1. What I'll probably do is try and put these all into playlists, so that when I do the cards, I'll hopefully be able to link you to the whole playlist of the games up until that point. But you will see me back next Tuesday, where we will continue in Fightbox Series 2. So until then, I'm going to end the episode right about here. So thanks to those people who have watched this second channel update. Also want to say thank you for nearly 30 subscribers on this channel. It is absolutely incredible. As I say, if you go on to enjoy this kind of format, then hit that like and subscribe down below. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.